Next question goes to Dale Meyer. What ideas do you have to alleviate the immediate parking shortage in the downtown area?
Well, that's about a 20-minute response, and
You get two.
Part of the problem with the parking in Hyatt Palma and some of the money that we paid for the different reports and some of the surveys we did, they actually isolated the fact that we do need more parking within our downtown area. Of course, one of the issues that we've been looking at is Petoskey Point. The fact that Petoskey Point will provide 300 some parking spots underneath the development, but more importantly provide a tax base through a TIFA program that would allow us to deck both the Michigan Street lot as well as the Lake Street lot. When Walker came in and did the study, they isolated 4 different quadrants in our city. The 2 quadrants that would be on the northwest and the northeast were the ones that needed most of the additional parking. And of course that's where Petoskey Point is, as well as the county building. So we're aggressively pursuing the Petoskey Point project. Last night at City Council there was a confidential memo distributed to council members. We are working on that. We are having a special session, closed session of council next Monday night, and to discuss the options of the city going forward. It's a very positive turn for this project, and we're very hopeful that it will come to fruition because it will provide immense benefit to our downtown community. So from a parking standpoint, we've never in all of our projects, whether it be the boulevard or whatever, have we eliminated parking spots, but we continue to look forward to them. Part of the parking meters that people put quarters and stuff like that, that money goes towards purchasing additional lots. We purchased the 7-Eleven lot a number of years ago and paid $80,000 a year to keep that lot or make the mortgage payments on it. But we also use all that money to maintain the lots. So we are aggressively looking forward to put additional parking downtown.
Dr. Paul?
Yes, and I would like to answer the question, which I believe is ideas to alleviate immediate parking shortages downtown. And first off, I'd like to say it is a huge concern. As the city faces more and more business centers outside of the city, specifically in Bear Creek and the Strathmore development, I think the downtown has more pressure to provide parking so stores can function, so people can get to the stores and the storefronts can be full. In the boulevard discussion downtown, this is one problem I had with the discussion. There wasn't one. It was about going forward with the boulevard to alleviate a long-term problem on Mitchell Street, which is an inhospitable, pedestrian, non-friendly environment. But I did ask the question, why didn't we angle park Mitchell Street like it used to be, essentially doubling the parking there? And I thought that should have been part of the discussion. Whether it's boulevards or other solutions, which I have researched, I think these were good ideas moving forward, but I think parking has been identified by the citizens and the businesses as the #1 problem downtown. So if I'm working on a street project downtown and there's the possibility to increase parking, that is going to be my #1 short-term goal. Once I build parking structures in the town, if that happens, then I may change my feeling downtown and someone may go more decorative downtown. I probably wouldn't have gone with boulevards. I would have gone with the another solution, which was pulling the curbs in, making Mitchell Street like Lake Street, which would expand the pedestrian zone on the sidewalks, allowing for sidewalk cafes, planters, and bike racks where bikes were not in the street. So I would have taken a little different approach to an aesthetic redesign, but I think the parking need was real and probably should have been addressed and at least discussed.
Rebuttal on that, I guess, I keep hearing a comment from Dr. Paul that there wasn't enough discussion. I would contend that there was plenty of discussion. It was just that they didn't decide to go along with your ideas, Dr. Paul. And furthermore, there was a number of discussions that went along the lines of the downtown boulevard over the course of the last number of years. And it was only at the very last meeting when council had the presentation before us and getting ready to vote on it, and certainly we had a time constraint so that we could get the project done within this year, that we needed to move. And so the council voted for it. Certainly your reverse angle parking, I remember the days when we had reverse angle parking downtown. And then part of the reason they took them out was the fact that it wasn't conducive for traffic flow through the downtown area. Furthermore, when you talk about reverse angle parking, the aesthetics of that particular look as well as the functionality of that particular type of parking has not really been proven throughout the community or throughout the country. There certainly are a few bigger towns that have that with immense wide parking capability. Now, when we look back at the history of the parking meters and everything else, it certainly is one of those political issues, but over the course of the last couple of months, I've read some different literature, some books on the high cost of free parking, those types of issues. We are handling our parking system the way that it should be handled. We take the money, we reinvest that money back into our downtown community, and it speaks highly for our community that we are constantly trying to improve on what we have going on within our downtown. As far as the boulevards go, the summer after we got the boulevard done, it was amazing the number of people that came in my store and complimented me on the fact that we had this particular asset out there in our community, the bike racks, the benches, everything. They just thoroughly enjoyed it. It made it more of a pedestrian-oriented community.
Rebuttal?
Thank you. Just a few comments. Parking is decidedly not a political issue. It is a very practical issue for people shopping and for store owners. So it is not a political issue per se. In terms of reverse angle parking being downtown, it was never downtown. Downtown had traditional front angle parking. My information on parking and some of the ideas that I developed came from the Institute of Transportation Engineers, the preeminent authority on parking and street solutions, the people who teach the consultants. And I learned a lot by visiting their website and seeing what they had to see on their homepage for the downtown. Reverse angle parking has only been used for about 20 years successfully in Seattle and multiple other cities. Front angle parking is currently working in Midland, Michigan on a busy Main Street. I talked to their city planner who said they have no problems at all. I think it's been a myth that you can't use angle parking, especially when you have such a critical need in our downtown.